When scouting for moose, you got to look for a few essential key items. What I found right here is old summer track. And you might say, well, what good is old summer track? Well, that tells me that they're in the area. Moose won't travel more than 3 or 4 miles, 10 maybe in their whole life. Now, so I have deep impressions here in the sand, but something even better, I have old track. I have in front of me medium old track. It's been there, it's been rained on a few times, but what I have right beside it is fresh track. So what we're in is a little travel corridor. We're looking at 10 to 20 yards out from the edge of the bush line, and that's where the moose will be moving most of the time. You're going to find also that there should be moose trails 5 yards inside the bush line. That allows them to move quietly and unseen up and down the bush, looking out into these feeding cutovers to see if there's any predators or any hint of man. Also, right nearby here we have some growth on the ground, which they prefer when they come out from eating aquatic vegetation. When this starts to wither after several frosts, they move on to the more leafy, deciduous vegetation that they find on these small shoots. So look for an area that's not too far away from water, that has green growth even later into the fall time, and you're definitely going to put yourself onto some more moose. Am I ever excited? This is one of my favorite spots to be. If you find a cutover that's located alongside of a well-traveled road, hey, don't expect the moose to be there. But when you get into the back edges of it and find that the loggers have put a small road through, punched between some heavy, thick pine sections, look at the feed behind us. All nice and new growth shoots spread out in just a 2 or 3 acre area, allowing the moose to come at it from soft, deep and dark woods. Wow, you have a setup that's hard to beat. I've been in here the last few days and noticed a cow and a calf feeding up on the slope, another odd cow wandering through the area, and also we've heard cows calling to other bulls now that the rut's on, in hopes of continuing that rut and the mating season. So look for spots like this. We have track heading in there by moose. We've noticed a few new fresh tire tracks. There's some other people out there that had the same idea as us. But by keeping a close eye on this, stay parked a far distance away. You know what? Driving roads, that's for highways. That's not for hunting. Get yourself to an area, get out of the vehicle. Then, if you have a quad runner or some other form of transportation, come in maybe a bit farther if you find you're a mile or 2 in. But all hunting, all last stock hunting should be done on foot. It's the only way to get the feel for it, to build up the excitement, and put your whole hunt on a more level playing field with the animal you're pursuing. So our final tip is, look for these cubby holes. That's a favorite spot to be. Well, we're off. Gonna head up to that spot we scouted out. That little cubby hole looks pretty impressive to me. So we'll make our way up there. As soon as we get close, we'll shut the lights off, park the truck a ways back, and do that last little bit of walking that just might make it quiet enough to give us a chance to sneak in on some moose. Wow, very overcast. Some light rain this morning. Most of the leaves are falling off the trees. That's a good sign. You have to watch for that hard transition period. That's when the animals finally decide to get out of the water and move into the land and into the cutovers, and it changes their diet completely. When you're out looking, you'll find that some of their droppings have moved from a very soft pile, if I can be graphic, into a more rabbit-shaped pellet, we can call it. And if you break up that pellet, you'll find that it's full of fibrous material, which is actually the small nipped off ends of sapling trees. So keep an eye out for that transition, and then you'll know that the animals have gone from the marshlands up into the forest, and you'll have a better chance at locating them here in the cutovers. Whoa, what a majestic bull. There he goes. Oh, fantastic. Oh, do I ever wish I had a bull tag. Oh, trotting off to the back end of the cut. It's got to be 55, 60 inches. Huge bell on that bull. Monster. Standing right out here on the road. This little cubbyhole cut. There's a cow. Oh, that's why he's here. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Well, that doesn't matter. It was nice to see him, but I see a cow. Maybe a calf there. Better get a shot in here. Let's see. Oh, it's feeding on those shoots. See something? See something behind that pine tree. Kind of looks like another cow. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Okay, get a little forward power in the scope here. Okay, there's my cow. Can't shoot her. Oh, there's a calf. There's a calf feeding there. Can't get through those. Just look at those sticks are in the way. Okay, I can't get a spot here. Okay, keep it quiet, Rob. Come on, come on. There we go. There we go. Safety off. Okay, come on. Oh, I think they winded me. They're moving, moving. 150 yards. Okay, come on. One more tree to clear and they're in the open. Here we go. It's down. It's down. Yep. Look at that cow. That cow won't leave. That bull's long gone. I don't need that second shot. Get that on safety. Yes. Oh, I hope we got that. That's awesome. Whew. You know what? Getting out here, it's a real misty day, but we came in at dawn. We planned that. We planned to get ourselves back in this little cubby hole just at the crack of dawn, and that's the time. If the moose are feeding all night, they'll still be out feeding that half an hour to 45 minutes after sunup. That's the time to catch them. Don't be looking for moose between 10 o'clock and 4 in the afternoon. Maybe during the prime rut you might get a few bulls moving around or jump an animal that's been pushed out of another area. But if you really want to get in nice and close and personal, hey, get out at dawn, sneak in quiet, use the wind to your favor, and you just might be as successful as I just was. Whew. You know what? I know it went down, but I'm going to use the old rule of thumb. You don't rush in there. Give it 20, 30 minutes to allow that animal to know that it's expired, and you don't have the possibility of running in there and jumping it up. I still see the cow. The cow's still walking back and forth over there. You know what? They're very, very protective. You know, there's a lot of predators out here for them, like the timber wolves, black bears. They're always on the tail of a cow and a calf. But whew, what a success. You know, for us to get out with a calf tag during gun season, it's hard enough to even see one. The cows are so extremely protective, they keep them in the bush, and you'll notice if you ever run into a cow and a calf, which is very difficult to do, that the calf will be right on the back heel of the cow. So when you're hunting with a rifle, you have to be very careful that at some point the calf separates far enough away from the cow for a clean harvest shot, because you don't want to be shooting at the calf and have the chance of hitting the cow as well if you don't have a cow validation tag. Whew. I tell you what, we're gonna time that out, give it about 20 minutes, and I think we'll sneak over there and see if we've harvested ourselves a really nice looking calf. Well, that's about 20 minutes. I haven't seen any movement over there. I think we might be safe to try and follow up on this calf. This little cutover's been pretty quiet. cow's long gone. Watch your step here with a loaded gun, but I got the safety on. Weather's getting nasty. Very wet. Look at all these shoots. These ones have not been browsed. If they did, boy, they'd just be stripped like that. But there's a pile of them in here that are stripped. Oh yeah, all the tops nipped off. They've been feeding in here for at least a few days. Well, let's get on here and see if we can't pick that calf up. Oh, there it is. There's the calf. Yeah, no one else around. No other moose. Oh, what a nice animal. Give it a little poke. Yeah, it's down. Hey, it's down. Whew. What a hunt. Oh, what a coat. What a hide. That sure get them through the harsh winters up here. Big, big mane on it. Boy, it's got a lot of blonde in there. Actually, sometimes a little strawberry blonde. That's another indication that it is a calf. Small body, big ears. Oh, these are almost adult-size ears. They can sure hear you from a mile away with those. Oh, interesting. It's got a little furry, not a spike, but just the very start. I'll tell you, without even looking, I can tell you this is a male calf. Just a little bump on there, little start of antlers. What a short head. Boy, his snout's practically just the size of my hand. With those adult animals, they grow large snouts. You know, we're talking 4 times the size of my hand in length. Just like that cow I saw in here. That majestic bull, what a dream. Anybody wanted the all-around moose hunt? Boy, did I ever have it this morning. The weather is kind of poor. Good for the moose though. I just knew it this morning. I had an inkling that I was going to see a bull. Boy, but I never thought that I was going to have the opportunity to see the cow and the calf that we were hunting. Awesome. You know, just a miniature adult. Basically put, the face on this one's dark, which kind of is indicative of a male moose. A female is very tan. We saw a female calf just the other day, and it was a spitting image of the mother. Very nice light beige muzzle the whole way down. This one being very dark. Actually fooled me for a second. I saw the cow after turning from seeing that majestic bull trot away. Saw the cow, nice dark looking animal, and I saw this one. It looked dark. It was surprisingly about 40 yards away from the cow. Normally they're right on each other's heels, but they were feeding, going from little bush to little bush, and I can even see that here beside me. They're pulling those leaves off, nipping those buds. That's an early indication that they've moved out of the waterways. A cow and calf will stay at a specific lake or swamp almost its entire life if it's not pushed out by wolves, humans, or logging activities. They stick around, memorize the terrain, know their escape routes, and use them when needed. So as I look around, there's piles of old droppings in here, even winter droppings, that shows that they've been here for quite some time. At least that cow has. Even maybe in this vicinity gave birth to the calf this springtime. Now these calves, boy, next month, say later in the gun season, this calf would be at least another 100 pounds heavier. Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful animal. You know, there's a lot of people that get a calf tag when they're not successful in the moose lottery, but that's not a reason to stay home. It's hard hunting, but if you do your homework, look for the sign in the track, look for the fresh growth with lots of thick cover, you have a better than average chance at getting that cow and calf into your sights. Polaris 6x6 Big Boss. That shouldn't be a problem. Thanks for joining us on today's show. Wow, was it ever fun. Having the opportunity to harvest such a young, fine animal was just a pleasure. Next time you get a chance to head to the outdoors, venture north.